saw a couple of bad articles. It wasn't the hurricane that I was worried about, but I saw that it said, revolution is over. There's going to be no revolution. Major paper in Washington, D.C. said the revolution will not be happening. Don't they only wish? So important. You know, people say today is a very important day, and I think it is. Our events now to me very important. And they say that this convention is very important this week, and indeed it is. And this election is very important. And let me tell you, there's something even more important than all that, and that is the cause that we're leading, and the cause of liberty, the attention that we're getting right now. At the convention. And of course, I've written that off. And today, I was very excited. I got a call from the RNC. And they said they changed their mind. And they were going to give me a whole hour. I can say anything I want. Tomorrow night. People at the convention were worried that just how much trouble we would cause, and generally my advice is stopping something for the sake of stopping doesn't achieve a whole lot. So I've been a little bit cautious, but what they have found out is they've overstepped the bound. There's a big fight going on, and we're involved in it, but everybody else, a bunch of them are joining us and saying you've gone too far, the wrong call, people were right about overstepping the bound. It's just been great, the experience I've had these last 5 years, and it's been a very important time, not only for me personally, but I think for the attention that we're getting. Now, I've received a lot of confidence about it and given some credit about it, but I tell you what, it takes you, it takes a lot of other people, there's been a lot of things going on for decades, and it's coming about. It's coming about. Not so much, not only because I believe we're right on the issues, but what is coming out right now is proof positive that their philosophy of government, whether it's foreign policy, monetary policy, or economic policy, is failing, and they need something different. Victor Hugo about Adam Semmelweis about an irate tolerance minority and bringing about changes in that way. But ultimately, that minority was irate and tireless, and they light the fires of liberty in the minds of men. Yes, that's important, but ultimately, numbers do count. And even numbers do count when they don't count all the votes as well, because we do have the numbers. Those who promote ideas ultimately have to have an influence on the prevailing attitudes of the people. That is what's happening today. The people now are waking up and they're realizing the failure of what we have and the reason that these ideas are coming about. Now, in this primary, we had close to 2 million votes. They say, oh, yeah, it's 2 million votes. That doesn't swing an election. It's no big deal. But guess what? For every vote that we got in the primary, let me tell you, just from my personal experience of traveling around the country and meeting people at airports and wherever, the support out there is much, much greater, and they don't feel comfortable coming to a Republican primary. So the support there, I would say, be 2 or 3 times as much as the number of votes we got. Excitement that the young people bring, the excitement we've had on the campuses. I asked the staff after the last campaign event on the college campus, how many campuses did I go to? And let me tell you, if they had told me I was going to go to this number of campuses during the campaign, I probably would have said, there's no way. We went to 33 college campuses. Enthusiastic. Were they the conservative college campuses? Or were they the liberal college campuses? No, they were all the college campuses. They welcomed us. Now, when we think of this party, they say, well, we have an open tent. We want new people to come in. We want to appeal to the young people. Don't you think they would be begging and pleading that they come into the big tent? We'll get into the tent, believe me, because we will become the tent eventually. Once they know we are the future, they will know about this. But the young people certainly have the enthusiasm. And I think it's the enthusiasm that really energizes a campaign. It energizes not only themselves and the college campuses, and I've always maintained there will not be a true revolution unless the college campuses are alive and well with those ideas. Sometimes 13 and 14 and 15, they bring their parents to the office and have them converted into believing and understanding about what liberty is all about. Young people energize a lot of other people and give the energy to the remnant who believes, who are with us already. So this to me is exciting with the energy that we have. It seems to me that they would be begging and pleading for us to come into the party. This room probably read that book called 1984. It was required reading in high school for so many years. And, I figured it out. I can explain to you where the problem is. 1984 has been read by a lot. I would assume everybody in this room read it as a dire warning of what could happen to your society if you're not careful. I think a bunch of people read the believe that. A lot of advice. Sometimes from strangers, sometimes from our enemies, sometimes from my family as well. But no, but the advice that came up from the very well-meaning individuals who were in the category of maybe mainstream Republican. And they would come up and say, well, we really like you. We like what you're doing, and we like what you're saying. But if you would only do one thing, if you would change one thing, boy, you would really have a lot more success. You need to change your foreign policy. The policy that I do have, I don't believe